We're live. You should be able to broadcast too, if you would like to broadcast.
Oh, I can. I can stream this to my audience.
Yes, you can.
Oh, that is so cool. I didn't know that. And we're live right now. And I'm looking like so. See, listen, this is why I love working with fellow creatives that are like willing to share because you are sharing something. I'm going to share it to my Facebook and also to my YouTube channel. I didn't know I could do that.
We found out by accident. Shout out to Rye Beats. He came on and he actually did it while we were on live. And we started
Let's
seeing these people come on in and react. It's a wonderful thing. So, well, without further ado, you guys, I know I already pressed the live button and we already started. It's your boy Mike T's, one half of the Squad Creative Podcast. Before I introduce our special guest, Seek is not going to be with us on this episode. Sending prayers out to him. And I'm freezing.
Yeah.
So I have a little bit of a delay on my end. I'm not too sure if you guys can see it. But could you please introduce yourself, ma'am?
Absolutely. I appreciate the opportunity to be here. My name is Dr. Shannon. I am the founder of Innate Lab, but really and truly, I'm here because the community made me who I am today as far as being able to help others accomplish their dreams and their creative goals. And this is a happy space to be, and I appreciate you for letting me be involved.
Yes. So can you give us a little background of everything that you do and how you got started?
Oh, sure. Y'all got enough time tonight. TNP Customs, what's up, my love? Hey, Sonia. Hey, Unbiased LLC. So how I got started, it's pretty way back. Just doing arts, and our father, my brother, and I were raised by a single Black dad that pretty much had all the odds against him, every last one of them. But his whole goal was to make sure that we were free thinkers and could be entrepreneurs if we wanted to be. So he pretty much raised us as entrepreneurs to understand what that looked like, what it felt like. But the highest bar of education, highest bar of being able to be creative, inventive, all of those different things. And I didn't notice it until I rolling your eyes in your teens and you get into your adulthood and you start smelling yourself and you think you know the world. Well, it was 2019 when I was wrapping up my PhD in engineering. So yeah, that's a whole story too, in and of itself. I found myself like really wanting to do something that I love, do something I was passionate about. And I started going up to McDonald's while I was renovating the home and wrapping up my PhD. Started going to McDonald's and going on YouTube for the Wi-Fi, just so I could teach people in these Facebook groups how to work Photoshop, how to create these beautiful designs, because I had been doing it since high school and I didn't think anything of it. And what happened from that is, as I'm helping people and as I'm showing others how to do something better that they want to do, it started to open up a world for me. And I asked God, I said, well, I haven't applied to these JOBs quite yet, but I was getting ready to apply for some professorship positions in engineering. And I said, God, if I can make $40,000 making t-shirts on YouTube, if you just give me that chance, I'll forfeit the 6-figure salary at the university. And really what happened was, within those 4 months that I had left of that year, I got the 6-figure salary that I would have gotten if I was at a year teaching at a university. And from there, I realized, like, really working in your purpose with your passion combined, the profit follows. And from there, that's all that I preach. Like, hey, passion and purpose, lead with passion and purpose, profit's going to follow. And I love to encourage other creatives to do that, because yes, earning money is one thing, but doing something you love to do and inspiring people and impacting others is really, that's my salary. That's how I feel fulfilled. And it's not the money, but the money does help.
Yes. That was a wonderful answer. I mean, your PhD, like, could you tell us a little bit about that? I'm sorry, I keep getting a glitch or something that's on my end that's freezing me. So I'm not sure.
Y'all let me know if it's doing it on my end too. But I think you coming through smooth on my end. But yeah, I got what you asked. The PhD. Ooh, that was another journey. That was basically me starting out my bachelor's and my first master's is in textile. So I started out in fashion design. Then I moved over to textiles, which is fabrics. I was so interested in the high performance materials and those, basically being able to do innovative and inventive things with fabrics, that engineering was like, wait a minute, we normally don't see people on the fashion side and the textile side that are this geeked up by carbon fibers. And I was doing a research project. They said, how would you like to come over to the engineering side and do research? And I was like, sure, cool. At the time I'm in my undergraduate, I was working on my master's in textiles at the same time as my undergraduate. And then engineering offered me, hey, you could work on your master's over here too if you want to. And I was like, wait a minute. I'm on scholarship. One university was same university, but one school is paying me to get a master's in their degree, and another one wants to pay me master's and pay me to go to their research institute. So basically, I'm looking at it as a way to pay for all of my arts and crafts and everything that I want to learn how to do, right? So I was really having fun with the process. I love learning, probably more than I love teaching, a little bit more than I love teaching. So what I ended up doing was impressing them at that level, and ended up getting a scholarship, the McKnight Fellowship, which is for minorities. And it's very, very few minorities in engineering, especially Black women in engineering. So I was able to qualify for that fellowship. And not only did they pay for my PhD, but they also paid for $4,000 a semester as a stipend, so you wouldn't work. And then for me, that was enough to pay a couple bills and afford my crafts. So I've pretty much been crafting throughout the entire time from high school through college. And it wasn't until about 2008 when my dad said, well, let me ask you what you want to do with this art thing, Shannon. Is it a hobby or is this what you want to do? And I was like, well, I don't know yet, because if I get the PhD in engineering, I'm probably going to be an engineer. And he says to me, to go ahead and start an official business. So in 2008, we decided to run this business out of his garage, even though, I'm still going to school and everything. And that was our official start of running the business while I'm in school, and really pulling all of these different interdisciplinary skills together to become the PhD doc that I am today.
Wow.
Yeah, it's fun though. It's fun pulling these things together, because I never would have guessed that my initial career in textiles would have went to engineering, which was industrial engineering, doing manufacturing, sourcing overseas, also human factors engineering, which is like ergonomics, and then turning it right back around and go back into the fashion and the textiles industry. It came completely full circle.
I say it did. Gosh, you did a lot. 2008. I mean, a whole lot. I'm gonna actually go over and read some of the comments from the crowd. Unbiased LLC, it sounds good. Mike, no glitch. I'm sorry, y'all. I had seen it. 12 Gone Apparel. Waiting on the eye doctor to come in. Listening in. Appreciate you. Y'all send up prayers, please, and hearts. Put some hearts in the chat for 12 Gone Apparel. We do this every Thursday. So if this is your first time here, please comment, like, subscribe, and we're going to get back in with Innate Labs. So your name, Innate Labs, how did you come up with that name?
Initially, we were Innate Designs, and Innate was something that we came up with, my dad, my brother, and myself, because we were looking for a word that describes something that you were just born to do, something you were designed to do. And innate means something that you're born with. You have innate immunity, innate creativity. It's just something that nobody could ever take away from us, regardless of what's going on in the world. So we wanted that to be our core. And then we also wanted everyone else to know that, hey, this is your innate lab. This is where you can come to express your creativity, to live out whatever design is in your head and make it come to fruition. So, it's our God-given gift, and it's innate.
Yeah. So you do DTF, you do sublimation, you have papers, you have classes and courses. Can we get into what it is that you teach everybody?
Absolutely. Teaching has been the core of my earning. And with that, I teach Photoshop, of course. That was how I started off, like teaching people how to design t-shirts on YouTube. And then from there, it's like my goal is to get everyone in, meet them where they are, and then show them the next level. Even if I have to learn the next level in order to teach them the next level. So from there, I'm telling people, well, yeah, you have this sublimation printer, you have this art skill. Why not take it to the next level and turn it into a business and create a Shopify store? So then I created this Shopify challenge that allows creatives to really earn cash flow with their creativity and put it on the market, literally, and have a legitimized store. So now I'm teaching Shopify, I'm teaching systems, of course, the marketing, the emails that go with it, the automations that go with it, just so that we understand that our creativity is the first step into that door, but it really starts to open up when we understand how the big folks do it and how we can literally, create that same blueprint for ourselves.
Yes, for sure. You definitely have created a blueprint, and Innate Academy basically is all that she does, and it's innateacademy.com. You guys go visit, check her out, and get some courses, get some help. I know I just asked a couple of questions before we got on, and I'm going to utilize them when I get off. So what is your? I think sublimation is your favorite. I'm just gonna say it, but what is your favorite?
It is, and maybe you could tell that sublimation is my favorite. Maybe from the things around me, but sublimation is one of the methods that I got started off teaching people as well, because it was my introduction to digital art and printing apparel. Because I used to, I'll give you some more backstory. I used to airbrush, hand paint, and hand sew garments for people. So I would do jeans, I would do jersey dresses, and like out of jerseys, and cut them up into asymmetric cuts and rhinestone them out, and do Air Force Ones painting, all of that stuff back then, back in the Nelly. Nellyville, like all I'm hearing is the soundtrack of Nellyville while I'm making stuff. But that was my introduction to e-commerce as well, because back then I was in high school and I was selling things on eBay. So I would make these creations. Nobody taught me how to sew. I just told myself I could do it. Got me a little mannequin like the one behind me and started making things. I was selling them all over the world, Japan, Germany, wherever, as this kid in high school. I didn't know that was e-commerce back then. I just knew somebody wanted my creations, and if they turned it inside out and they didn't think it looked, bad, then I was on to something. So I started doing that back in high school, and ended up getting me to where I would do these little fashion shows and that sort of thing. So sublimation was my introduction to get out of hand making everything. So I used to hand paint the jeans, hand paint the logos, hand paint the characters. I probably have some old pictures somewhere. And my dad was like, why are you, hand painting everything? You've been doing Photoshop. So Photoshop, I started in 1998 or 1998. I started Photoshop in high school. So he was like, well, why don't you take your Photoshop skills and use that to make your clothes? And I was like, well, how do I get it onto the garments? Because I went for them iron-ons. Yeah. And he told me about sublimation, and we bought our first sublimation printer. Actually, a couple of them, big ones. They were 1430s at our second. I can't remember the first one we bought, but the second one we bought was a 1430. That's how old them things are. And we started putting the sublimation ink in it and just turning out those jobs and learning what sublimation could do, learning what large format printing could do. I was also airbrushing big old backdrops back then, Bob Marley backdrops and superheroes and stuff. And he was just like, you could take you can still be an artist, but do an artist at scale, be an artist at scale. Mm-hmm. And I was like, how do you scale being an artist? Because you can only paint so many things at a time, right? So when we went into the digital world and incorporated Photoshop, now Photoshop allowed me to scale. So now that one design, I could print on 1,000 shirts, and it's no different than the amount of time it took me to make that one. So that was my introduction into bulk printing and doing this as a business.
Wow. You mouthfuls, y'all. She dropping gems. I'm trying to keep up and everything. I'm a little bit sweaty over here, nervous, but you know what? You are dropping some real gems. And
thank you.
I'm pretty sure everybody that's listening in right now, if you haven't noticed, or if you probably it's like, I'm gonna steal your phrase, Seek, since you watching. The two people in the world that don't know her, y'all need to get hip. She do everything.
I appreciate the opportunity to help.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
12 on the barrel. Oh, go ahead.
no, go ahead. I was going to read the question. You got it. I'm trying to
12.
take your job. Look at me. Go
Oh,
ahead.
you do this a lot, so it's like I was watching. I've been watching. 12 on the barrel says, "What's the best place to start for someone wanting to learn Photoshop?"
That's an excellent question. So, how I learned Photoshop is not how I want anybody else to learn Photoshop. I literally had no direction, no coach, no idea. I would go to the help file. We had the Photoshop program on our school computers. I would go to the help file and I would go through each section of the help file, learning what all the tools did. And no one ever told me how to design something. It was just, hey, this is the help file. So with that, I started to learn how we as creatives learn is we have a real project to do, something we can make some money on, right? So, so the way that I teach is to say, hey, this is where you can start from. This is a template. What I'm wearing right now is a template. Everything behind me is a template. Everything you ever see me do is a template, because I full-heartedly believe that if somebody has a project that they're proud of, that boosts their confidence, and then that's going to thus increase their competence, because they're going to want to work on Photoshop more now they got a fire design, right? So I make sure that every time I teach somebody something, they're doing a fire piece of artwork. Like, you can come in here, you can change the colors to your colors, change the name to your name, change out the imagery. If you don't want roses and you want peonies, you can change out the flowers. You can do whatever it is that you want to do by the tools that I teach you, but you just start with something that looks substantial in the first place. So with that, I would say we have a free Photoshop class on Saturday mornings. So what it does is it takes people who have no Photoshop experience. As long as you have Photoshop downloaded on your computer, we will help you get through learning how to bring in an image, fade it off, because I can't do them hard little edges at the bottom of the photos. We teach you how to bring in your text, add style to it so it looks 3D and it looks like it has shadows and drop shadows. We also teach you how to change out those images. So literally, you build your first image in Photoshop in a free class on Saturday that's hands-on. It's not even a pre-recorded class.
That's dope.
Yeah,
so you come right through the door learning. And then it's burned in your brain because you did it. You sat up there and did it that whole time.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna read a few more comments. Unbiased LLC says, "Your dad is my hero," and I don't even know him.
Oh, that is so sweet. That is a main goal of mine, was to be able to, because my dad was a neighborhood dad. Most people didn't have their dads in their lives, so I had to share my daddy with everybody. And to know that even though he passed away in 2010, but right before he did, we were able to start what we started, but it's never going to end, because not only has he embedded this in me, I have continued to tell his stories and teach his lessons. So his legacy will live on forever. And I think that's a beautiful thing. Thank you for acknowledging that.
Wow. You just struck home when you said neighborhood dad, because I'm the neighborhood dad.
Yeah.
My neighborhood. But I'm gonna read a couple more comments. Coach Nija says, "I've learned so much from the academy." And I've seen a lot of testimonials too. I've seen a lot of rapport, a lot of feedback, a lot of people saying this really helped me out. This is something I was looking for and I much needed, and you delivered.
Well, I appreciate that. That's really the measure of my success. It isn't like, oh, I can earn this amount of money in a year. It's literally, how many people have I impacted? How many people can say that they're confident in doing something that they were literally afraid of, maybe 30 days ago. So, so that warms my heart. I appreciate that.
Hi everyone. Rona Evans. Hello.
What's up, Rona?
I gotta repeat this. We do this every week, every Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. Tap in with the Squad Creative Podcast. We're here with Innate Labs, or should I say Dr. Shannon. I want to make sure I get that right, because it's not every day I get to talk to a doctor.
Hey, sometimes I forget. I forget the doc.
So that machine that you have behind you and those inks up there, can we talk about that? Because the colors is popping.
Yeah, sure. This is a 36-inch printer behind me. It's a T5270, and this is our True Colors ink that you can use to convert that printer, because it's not a sublimation printer, but you can get it, and basically for around about $5,000 to $6,000, you can get in a large format printing, and be able to create this. That printer created what I'm wearing right now. So this is cut and sew, but it allowed me to print out the big sheets of paper, press it on the fabric, and then create the garment from there. So between that printer, that ink, you can have a powerhouse to add on to your current small format sublimation setup. But in addition to that, I teach people how to do large format all over prints with a small printer and a small press too. I even ended up inventing a couple of products that works with small printers and small heat presses. So like that printer that you have right behind you, what is that?
That's the 15.
The 15,000. So
Yes.
my recommendation is the 16650, because it starts off as a die printer. But you can also use, like I've done this with 7710s and 7720s. I have a Photoshop file that splits up your pages, so that you can have a big old 36 by 44 sheet on 4 to 6 sheets of paper, and you can still create all over shirts from the small printers. So that was one of the things. Like I said, the community feeds me, and I feed the community. So they tell me what they're struggling with, and I'm like, all right, y'all. It took me a year to develop it, but finally I had a dream. When I woke up from the dream, I was so terrified to teach everybody how to tile these shirts.
Yeah.
I woke up from this dream, and it was like, okay, automate the tiling process, because I'm all about delegation, automation, and optimization. So I automated the tiling process, and now in Photoshop, you drop your image in there, it'll boop boop boop, split it up, you print it up as those splits, and you don't have to do the math or anything.
Wow. So I just moved into this shop. I was previously in another shop, and I'm trying to get familiar with some of the stuff that Jason has here. Um, Vinyl Supply Unlimited, guys. 12 Gone Apparel asks, explain the feeling you get from teaching.
Man,
Great question right there. Yeah.
That's an amazing question. That is, I tell people all the time that it's really the impact. It is what I'm passionate about. Even when I was a little kid and I had little friendship clubs and things of that nature, like my whole goal is always to serve. I'm a servant leader. I can't help it. I don't think I want to help it. I think that's how I love to be, and I'm going to stay in that element until I become a different kind of element. But teaching for me is the core of everything that I do. So even something that I want to learn, I do not learn anything. I do not do anything unless I have the idea that I'm going to teach it. So this is where we get into when I had to start learning. As creatives, we can do anything, right? We can do everything. But what happens is you start to diminish your capacity by trying to do all of the things. And that's what I had to learn. Like, yeah, I could build a house. I renovated it properly and did electrical and all that stuff. But it took me so far away from my creativity that I was feeling lost, so lost that I was going up to McDonald's to make free YouTube videos just to get back into, teaching people Photoshop and getting into that element. So when I learned that was my passion, if it's something that you would do for free and that you do for free, that is a clear indication of something that is your passion. And if it helps people, then that's a clear indication that it is your purpose. Right. So when I found those two things, I mean, I can't help but teach. I don't care where it is or where I'm going to teach.
The message is clearly coming through. I don't know if y'all feeling it, but I'm feeling it. Somebody, y'all got to comment and let her know how much y'all appreciate her, because gems, straight gems. When you first got into crafting and doing everything by yourself in the learning curve, that part in which you had many setbacks, what made you keep going?
Same reason why y'all keep going, why you being consistent right now. It's not what you have. I'll tell you this. I don't care if it's 3 viewers on the other end of that screen. You know that you have the assignment to help somebody. you're going to do that regardless of what it takes and regardless of how much is on that other end of it, because you just have to. When you do something because you must, it's the exact epitome of what you want to thrive to do every single day. So I feel blessed that I get an opportunity to show up in this way. So this is I was telling somebody today, this is probably the only thing that I've ever been consistent with and on time with in my life is when I have to teach. Is that like your podcast? You're gonna start this podcast up on time every time because you're leading a community. Now, if you ask me to show up to a party or an event or something else, that look, I'm probably gonna be about at least an hour late. But you ask me to show up to give value and to help somebody, I'm on time and I'm delivering every single time. And I don't care if I didn't get no sleep the day before. There's no excuses, and I'm there to serve. So same as that reason why y'all here doing this consistently is kindred spirits right there.
There you go. And shout out to your team. They're very responsive. And Lori, the other name is escaping me right now, but amazing team. Very, very responsive.
Thank you. We just implemented a support team, and that was a part of the growth. I think that's something a lot of us as creatives, we're hesitant on that. And I say us because I was hesitant and didn't really want to delegate anything, right? Like I wanted to answer all my own emails. I wanted to teach all the classes. I coach coaches now so that they can teach in the academy and I can show them how they can earn money as basically a digital source of income. So I don't feel like I have to teach everything now. My goal is to show other people how to do what I've done and to get them there in a lot less time than it took me to learn it and to do it.
TP Custom says, don't forget to talk about that buddy and wrinkle eliminators. It's a game changer for sure.
Oh yeah, I have a buddy sitting here behind the computer. So the buddy is it's one of the inventions that I came up with to press all over shirts. And honestly, I don't know if I could roll it around here. You want me to show you? Have you seen the buddy, Mike?
I've seen it, but they might not have. And that's why I said y'all need to be following. Okay. Y'all gotta make sure y'all locked in.
Yeah. The buddy, I'll roll it around real quick. It won't take but a second.
Okay. The shop doc, laugh out loud. Bring the house down with those 3 viewers, period, for sure. Unbiased LLC.
Everybody should be pretty familiar with what that is. That's a heat press, right? Yep. Everybody has something like this little 16 by 20 thing here. I'll close this so y'all can see better. And what the buddy does, it allows you to, let me drag it on around here. So what the buddy allows you to do is to use a 16 by 20 heat press or 15 by 15, and it goes over the surface of this and allows you to be able to press all over shirts. So it's a big table here, really lightweight, it's really thin. So when you're pressing those all over shirts, I'll squat down a little bit so y'all can see me. When you're pressing those all over shirts, it helps you to not get those overlap lines. We have jigs that go inside of the shirt, so it eliminates those wrinkles, and you can literally press professional looking all over shirts right here from your small heat press in this system here.
That is nice. That's an awesome invention. Now you just showed it. You got to trademark it, okay?
Absolutely, and that's in the process as well. So this has allowed me to do everything I've ever wanted to do. I wanted to be an inventor. I wanted to help people. I want to teach people. I want to be creative and own my own creative ideas. And everything that we've been doing in the academy and beyond is checking all those boxes.
Yes, it is. I might butcher your name. I'm so sorry. Was it Nanda?
Oh, that's Nancy. That's Coach Nancy.
Okay. Well, what is you talking about, man? What's going on? How you cause a commotion? You ain't even here. What's going on?
well, you know that's got to be the thing. Oh, thank you, Sonia. That's so sweet. I appreciate that, love.
They want your YouTube channel.
The YouTube bitch. Sure thing. I'll copy it if you. Well, I don't know. It's probably not going to let me post a link, but it's just Innate Lab, Innate Lab. After, of course, YouTube.com.
I don't know how y'all don't know. What happened? Oh, she clicked out. Hold on. She'll be right back. Y'all go onto her page and tap in. Lock in. Innate. There we go. It was freezing on my end, so I'm pretty sure it might be like something going on. Just waiting on her to come back on. As soon as she come back on. There we go. Nope. It happens. Ink City, what is going on? I have that happen. Like, let me tell you, one time I was on live and I had like the black curtain up behind me and it fell down. I was on a genius. Oh, it was one of the worst. I felt horrible. And I just felt bad because I was interviewing her and it happened to her. And I'm like, oh my gosh, she's not going to talk to me ever again in life.
No, well, you know what? I feel like I do everything live. You know, I don't like to do recorded content. I'm like, look, I'm willy-nilly skillfully. So I like to kind of do things in live action. So I tell people all the time, if I fall right here on this live, it ain't getting cut. Y'all just gonna have it for comedic relief. It's just gonna be what it is. Just ask me if I'm okay.
That part, for sure.
Yeah.
Unbiased LLC says, well, I didn't know until today, sir. That's not the point. I'm guessing that YouTube channel.
Oh, got you. And I put it in the private chat. I don't know if you want to share. I think it'll show up on your end as the host. But I don't. I didn't want to post the link on the thing for everyone.
It just took me to the link. I ain't want to go. I'm already on the link.
Oh yeah. Well, you can copy and paste it too. I didn't. That's how I ended up getting kicked out. I was like, oh, I'm gonna copy and paste the link, and I missed and clicked on it.
Okay. Let me come back out here.
Hey, Nicole.
Nicole, what is going on? I haven't seen you in a while. Happy Thursday, Marissa. Thanks for tapping in. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Go follow Innate Labs if you haven't heard of her. If it's your first time, please go subscribe, get them gems. She's doing a lot for the community. She's helping us grow.
Thank you. Now, can I ask you a question? What do you think is missing in the creative community? What do you think is something that we need?
So, well, you have all the bases covered right now with sublimation and all the various things that you do. More understanding of this director film, and that's only because I am just now hopping into it. I'm not no professional. I can't give nobody no clues. All I can do is make the mistakes, and y'all watch me make the mistakes, so y'all don't repeat the same mistakes that I make. That's pretty much it. So more knowledge of the DTF world.
I agree. Yeah.
It's something that's you have to be skilled in for sure. If not, you'll be lost.
And it's still kind of prototyping phase. Like they're still figuring out. The technology is still new. People are still figuring out, does it hold up? And does the machinery mess up at a certain point in time? What's the maintenance look like on it? So it's still relatively new to us using it on on the production side of things. So I'm interested to see where it goes. I think that it is, I don't believe it's going to take over sublimation, but I believe it is a healthy partner and complement to sublimation because people who do not want to pay for all over or just simply don't want a white shirt are definitely going to benefit from DTF and being able to do short runs and one-offs and still be able to do mass production and still scale that, because you can do DTF at mass production and pretty much run hand in hand, neck and neck with screen printing when you're talking about 4-color separations. So I do definitely see that that is a huge benefit if you're willing to, go into that learning curve and know that once you get past that, you're going to be able to produce some awesome results.
And then here's another problem. Everybody's trying to do it, and I ain't bashing nobody. Like I said, I don't have no throw in this game right now, so I ain't trying to tell nobody nothing. But all DTF is not created equal. So
absolutely.
You get a professional print over here, but on the other side of the fence, it may not be so professional. It may not last. It may not uphold in the wash.
Absolutely. And I think that's what that's the difference in really paying to play. a lot of times we'll say, oh, well, I'm not the expert, but if you paid to play, meaning that you paid the tuition to learn this information, you deserve the charge for the information that you have literally sacrificed for. So I don't care if it is something that you learned on YouTube, or you learn from experiences, or you learn from messing up 100 shirts. That experience alone is worth something to someone who doesn't have the time or doesn't want to take the time to make those 1 year or 100 shirt mistakes. They want to get into it and start winning. So I've realized that when you can do that for people, when you can literally take a time span that they would learn to do something and shrink it and help them get the success sooner with better quality results, then that's a winning combination. So keep doing what you're doing, because as people are watching you make mistakes, it's helping not only you learn, but it's helping them learn too.
I found a lot of content out here. They just tell you, they just push the machine on you. They don't tell you nothing out there that actually like, all right, today the ink's not going to be on. The white's going to be a little bit past the ink. You're going to have to go in there and manually adjust all these different settings you've never seen before until you come up with a solution. So
right. But that is why the creative can never be replaced. This is why, like, the connection in the community can never be replaced. You could take AI, you could take machines, you can take all of this technology, and if you don't have the person that can communicate that idea to other people, i.e. you being able to play with this machine, because that company that sold that machine, more than likely English is not their first language. More than likely, even if English is their first language, they do not care with communicating with the customer. They don't care to actually get you success with the product. They just care to sell you that machine, because they only have to sell you one machine, right? They don't care about you buying a second, third, fourth machine. But you as a community leader care about your people having success, because you actually benefit from their success. So this is why we're always going to be needed as creators and creatives. And we're going to only make ourselves more efficient by learning the machines and learning how to communicate that to others. So you're doing exactly the right thing. I'm telling you, stay on that path.
I definitely am. Shout out to Jason once again for giving me the opportunity to get in with him. What is your opinion on AI? 12 Gone Apparel asked this question.
I love how I'm still getting the interview from the doctor's office. Let's go. I love it. So I have a lot of opinions on AI, and most of them are extremely positive. And the reason why, because I teach with templates, right? So I take my 24 years of Photoshop experience and I put it in a template and I say, hey, did you know your very first time touching Photoshop, you can design just like me? And it excites people. That's all AI is. It's taking all of the experiences out there on the internet, and it's basically creating a place where you can draw information from it. Now, I can't make you learn Photoshop, but if you're willing to show up, I can use my resources to enhance what you're able to bring out of your mind, right? Same thing with AI. It's only as good as the person who's sitting there extracting the information from it. You have to have a purpose, right? You have to have a message that you want to communicate. And when you have that purpose and that message, then you can draw from AI and then you can use it to serve the people. As long as you're looking to serve the people, your intentions are pure, AI is a beast, and a beast we don't have to be afraid of.
So what's your favorite AI program out?
I'm using a lot of Midjourney. I just taught a class called AI in Action, and we literally created characters. So you know how you have a picture of your kid, and your kid might want to be Goku or Gohan. Like we basically did a Dragon Ball Z character where you bring your kid in. We did Boss Baby, just like basically using styles of things out there without infringing on these characters. Because you know, in this print world, we do a lot of stuff, and a lot of it is not where we want to be taking our business long run. So my goal is to teach you fun stuff that will get you excited, will get the kids excited, but will take you on another path. Like now that we've AI generated these characters, then there are characters now. Guess what we can do with them? We can put them on prints. We can sell those digital designs. We can literally take it to the next level and make templates and final products off of something that all we had to do was type in a few words. So that's where I go with AI. I believe it is something that's absolutely a tool that if you don't get to learn it now, you're going to be missing out on. Basically, it's like not learning Google until 20 years later.
Sheesh.
Right. Yeah. So this is the Google of our age. It's time to learn it.
Well put. Put that, you package that up nicely. NY Reflections, Doc is the most patient person She's awesome. She frequently says, "No creative left behind."
Yes, that is true. I appreciate that.
And the crowd is definitely speaking up for you. I knew that they was gonna come through because the numbers just keep going up. Questions are coming. I'm biased LLC. I've been having Photoshop for 3 years and never did anything in it.
Oh, unbiased, we got you, love. Just come on over. I promise you that we have so many stories like that, like paying for, because it's a subscription. So I know you've been paying for it. I know it ain't been free 99 for no 3 years. So I would highly suggest just come to the free class. Since you already have Photoshop downloaded, come to the free class on Saturday and you will not be disappointed. We have Coach Gayan. She teaches that class and she loves the newbie aspect. She loves helping you understand because she was a newbie, never had Photoshop experience at all. She came into the academy and in less than 30 days, she was actually helping me design Photoshop files live on YouTube. And now she coaches and teaches other people how to do Photoshop. So, we don't play over here. There is no creative left behind. We got you. Come on over, love.
I'm gonna have to get in Photoshop. See, I've been using Silhouette, GIMP, and some other programs. This Flexi back here, I'm trying to learn.
Oh, so Mike, we will be seeing you in the free Saturday class, right? Come on over.
Yeah.
For sure. Like I really want to. Matter of fact, we could do a follow up after y'all take the free class. Let's go live and do another one where you show off what you did. I'm here for it.
Take you up my invitation.
Yeah.
12 Gone Apparel. Name, sir. I hate that I'm here watching and not in the episode. You are in the episode. Ask questions, please.
You listen. I am coming back because I know that that it's been a long time coming for us to be able to do this episode. So I am absolutely coming back just as soon as you're back and you're well. We can do this. We can do this all over again like a replay.
See, it's a lot of things that we get from doing these shows. It's not just a connection. It's the everything from talking. Like, I might have been nervous when I first started, and I before I got into my rhythm, my flow with actually asking questions. But it's so much gems. It's like you can't go through and not pick up something to take you further on your crafting road. What you're doing is warranted and it's needed in a community, and it's not a lot of us that's actually sharing. It's a lot of gatekeeping going on right now.
Absolutely. That's why I say likewise. I'm very selective about not necessarily who I talk to, because I'll talk to anyone, but who I invite my community into. That's why, like, as soon as you said I could share that link with my Hex, yeah, y'all come on over here, because you are not just doing it. And we have people doing things for different reasons. And I could tell that your genuine reason is getting information to the people and really having a reason to celebrate the creative community and all that we do. And no matter big or small, like you are absolutely doing it every week.
Yeah, we try. We try.
And that consistency, more than anything, that consistency is going to be the thing that launches. It'll be this odd time where you won't know where it comes from. I promise you, because this is how it happened for me. And I woke up one day and I was like, wait a minute, what? The consistency is what's going to allow people to rely on you, but it's also going to create the community that you can rely on and your tribe. And I see your tribe here. I really appreciate you, gracing me with the ability to even speak to your tribe. That means a lot to me.
Oh yeah, you definitely coming to speak, and it's definitely our goal. I'm saying your name, 12 Go. I ain't gonna let that one go. I'm gonna keep on. Don't forget about the upcoming Shopify challenge. Can I just say Nan? Because that's gonna trip me up every time I look at it.
Yeah, that's Nancy. Yep, Nan. Absolutely. So the Shopify challenge is a challenge where I was telling you earlier how I ended up pivoting from, teaching people how to make a cute shirt in their kitchen, barefoot in the kitchen. YouTube videos is probably one of my most popular videos. But then I started showing people, well, now that you have this talent and skill, did you know that this is the same talent and skill that they use in these big production houses that print big signs and banners and do thousand quantity shirt orders? You have the same understanding understanding of Photoshop. You have the same understanding of heat pressing something. You have the same equipment and systems as some of those shops. So let's go ahead and put that into a formal format. Let's turn it into a Shopify store. Stop taking orders in your DMs. Stop taking orders via Instagram. Somebody Facebook screenshot you a picture, talking about put it on a shirt, and then you had to email them an invoice. So my whole thing is like we're bigger and we're better than that. And the way that you can really get people out of that mode of not treating you professionally is to show up as a professional. Show them your Shopify store. Show them what you can do and let them order for that. You ain't got to haggle. Like nobody haggles with the price once they put it in their cart and they got to check out, right? But for some reason, when people are going back and forth with us communicating, oh, you can't do no better than that? Or can I get a shirt for 20 instead of 50? Like, wait a minute, if you were on my website, it would be no negotiations. If you wanted it, you put it in your cart and you've been checked out. So it's a way of qualifying your customers to having a place to continually market to them, because you want to be able to send emails out to the people who shopped with you before. But if you're taking orders in your DM, you can't retarget those customers. You don't own that customer data. Instagram does, or Facebook does. And I really want people to understand that the true power of any business is really data. You know, people will say, you know, gold is gold. No, if gold is gold, then data is platinum. Now you have information that you can use to grow your business. You have people's contact information that you can further target and have repeat business. But you're letting everybody else have your platinum just because you're not actually collecting the data for yourself. So I'm geeky, but I'm artsy, and I try to pull it all together and make it fun.
So how are you collecting the data? I need to know, how are you? So in what ways can we collect this data?
Absolutely. Literally, if you have I have a free class on Saturday, right? I'm one of the few people that will sell to you and tell you how I'm selling to you. Is that all right? Can I coach on that? Okay. So I do something and I tell people exactly what I'm doing so that I'm completely transparent, but it's a teaching moment. So if I say there's a free class on Saturday, right? You come to that free class. First of all, nothing in life is free. You know, you're paying with your time and your energy that you're going to invest in that class.
Right.
But by the way you're feeling at the end of that free class, you can be like, wait a minute, this was a free class. I did something I've never done before. I never designed nothing in Photoshop. Man, if this is the free class, I wonder what the paid class is like, right? So literally, I'm collecting your information as you come in for a free class. You may not purchase after that free class. You may not purchase a second, third, or fourth time. But maybe that fifth time, you're like, all right, finally, I'm going to come to a Wednesday class and I'm going to design an all over shirt and I'm going to see what it looks like. And I'm just going to do it. Right. And it's because you collected that information that you're able to have those touch points with the customer. And this is marketing. This is business strategy. This is where I bring our creatives into the business world of things, because we shop like this. We're consumers before we're producers. Right. So I'm just taking it to the level of become the producer. The same way Macy's and Jordan and Nike market to us, we market to our customers and we collect that customer data. We want that coupon code. What do we give them? Email and phone number, right?
Yep.
And in exchange for that, they're not losing any money. They're gaining a long-term customer who is begging them to contact us, right? Or they are begging, we are begging them to contact us. We're throwing our phone number saying, hey, anytime you want, text me. I want that 20% off code, right? That's the system. And learning how to take that system and develop it for yourself is a beautiful thing.
So I want to touch on this, and them with gems. Y'all, I need more emojis. Please, somebody drop some gems. She lit the stage on fire. I see that you included the kids course, and this is big to me. I have 10 children. And
wow, look at your tribe. Come on, tribe.
My own tribe, yeah. My own team, my own whatever everybody gonna say. I got it.
I love it.
So I love the fact that you actually have a course teaching kids and encouraging others to bring their kids into what it is that they do. Could you please go over some of those moments? Like I was watching you was crafting, and I think you had your 2 children there. I don't know exactly.
My niece and nephew, my babies. Yep, my niece.
Yeah, I was, you be watching YouTube and going trying to prepare for this. You stumble upon a bunch of extra little gems, and just explain to us the reason why you go so hard for the children, other than having children.
Absolutely. That's the whole reason why I preach entrepreneurship in general, is because if we can be so great at a job, I could be the best engineering professor in the world. I can earn the $400,000 salary doing that thing, but I can't pass that gift on to my kids. I can't have that be something that my family gets a chance to participate in and grow and have as a legacy business. So on the flip side of that, if you can get these, and y'all, these kids are so talented. They're so ready for this type of involvement that we don't even understand how helpful they can be. They know the trends, they know what's hot. They go to school with something, they'll get 10 customers out of something that they thought was cool and they brought to school. So if we actually not only allow but encourage them to take place in the business, they'll learn Photoshop 10 times faster than us.
Yep.
Period. And they will know the trends 10 times quicker than us, because they know what everybody's rocking. They know what everybody likes, and it will allow us a chance to show them how they are important and necessary and needed in the business. And they will want to invest their time and energy into it if they think that it can make them cooler or make them have some fun. It's a win-win all the way around.
Yeah, it's a legacy.
Yeah, and they're tax write-offs, like Coach Johnson says, literally, like $13,000 a piece. $13,000 a piece. If your kids are actually actively helping you in the business, and I mean, they can do everything from help you design. You don't want to take the Photoshop classes? Put the kids in my Photoshop classes. I guarantee you, they will be able to do them. My niece and nephew. My niece was 6 years old when she started learning Photoshop with the templates. 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, they can do this stuff easy.
You hear this, Alexis? I know you somewhere in here creeping. She ain't gonna comment. That's my oldest daughter, so you could take the class too.
and the thing about it is, like, allowing them to build their own brand. And this is something that I always preach to the kids, because so many times we get wrapped up in brand names and brand culture very, very early on. Like, we got to have the J's, we got to have Nike on the shoe. If it ain't Nike, I can't rock it, right? Well, one thing that I love to encourage is for the kids to build their own brands. Like, you be the trendsetter when you go to school. You show something that somebody hasn't seen, get them excited about it. And from there, you're building confidence. And once you have confidence in one thing, you can conquer anything. And that's what I love to see in people. I see it in adults, but I really, really love to see this in kids when they have confidence going into something, and you can see their voice changes when they're talking about it. They're salespeople without even knowing that they're salespeople, just because of how much confidence they have in what they want to do.
So I gotta ask you though, this is off topic, but kind of on topic. So influencer question, because you are a social media influencer.
Just a little bit.
There's two sides to this coin. There's one in which we're just being exploited and used to just, show off whatever it is. Then there's the other side where you can actually gain money. You can actually get your worth. What steps would you go about in doing that?
Oh, I love this question. The first step is I would learn to serve. Learn what people need help with. Literally something that you might find so easy, and you might even think is a stupid question when you're in these groups and when you're seeing people struggling. If you can provide assistance when somebody else is struggling, not only does that person see who you answered that question for, but everybody else who had that same dumb question too and was scared to ask it is seeing that answer too. So the first thing is to serve. If you can serve and be of use and find a hole and fill that hole, then you're automatically putting yourself in position to be of influence. And from there, I will say, of course, there's affiliate marketing. There are other ways that you can make money by monetizing a YouTube channel. The thing that has helped me the most and has been what has allowed me to make the most money is literally teaching a skill. Because if you can increase someone's skill set, then you can absolutely increase their earnings, right? And when they can see that they can earn more money because of you, they attribute that to you. Then they tell other people about you. Just like, in the chat right now, we have a lot of love. It's literally me pouring into others is allowing them to pour into others. And it just keeps the community going and flowing.
That it does. Unbiased LLC says, I believe that these kids can teach me stuff. I have no idea what to do. I love their mind frame.
Absolutely. I have a way that I feel about things, and it's actually going back. You know, so many times as a kid, we wanted to grow up real fast, and I want to eat ice cream at midnight and stay up late, right? But what I would like to go back to is that child frame of mind where we had no inhibitions, right? So when we get older, people tell us, no, that's not possible, or that's stupid, or that's going to cost a lot of money. You really think you can do that? My thing was, as I was going through these motions, it was like, when you gonna get a real job? And I was like, wait a minute, like, really? Ooh, that hurt. But it didn't really hurt because I understood that that not everyone is going to perceive things the way that I do because God didn't give them that vision. But I wholeheartedly believe when God gives you a vision, he also gives you provision. So he gives you everything that you need to carry that vision out. The only thing that can stop you is not even the devil himself. It's got to be you. Like the devil can cause some confusion and get your mind going a little wrong. But in order to stop, you have to commit to understanding that that's your limitation. So what I understand is, even if I hear a negative thought or something that's telling me I can't do it, the absolute only say so that is there is my own say so. Because if God showed me it can happen, I already know it can happen. So basically, you're gonna play yourself and you're gonna play God if you really fall victim to those limitations. So that, I don't know if that's where we were going with that, but hey, that's where we went.
Just preached to us, and it was well received. We got some blue cards. Y'all make sure y'all tune in, and for all the new people that's here, please tap in with us. We're trying to get our subscriber count up there so we can do more lives and, you know, clip this out, share it, tell everybody about this. We can got some amens in the crowd. See you preaching to.
Let's go. Amen.
So you've been in this for a long time. You obviously have classes. You have a lot of wisdom, and you're putting people on. If you had one thing to tell everybody to actually make them get out there and get on it, what would that be?
It would be my message of, you know, if you lead with passion and purpose, the profit follows. So I know so many of us are here because we want to do what we love and we want to make money doing what we love. But bigger than that, than making the money, is you want to spend time with your family. You want to be in a position where you control the circumstances don't control you. You want to be able to take time off and not have to ask another grown person to take care of your family. This is what we're here for. And this is our birthright. This is our freedoms. This is what we innately possess. And if I can give any word, is to understand that and act like it. Just act, whatever it is that you want to do every day. If you act like you already have that thing, then it's yours. Because like I said, God will not give you the vision without the provision. So if you act like you already have it, it is on the way, and just stay steadfast with that.
Wow. So, yo, this was like a 15-minute hour, if that makes sense. Because when I looked over, I seen 15 minutes, and then I look back over, it's 57 minutes.
I know we're having so much fun here. I love it.
Listening and taking notes. So what all products do you sell and carry for those that don't know? Like, go through your list one more time, because I have a lot of people ask me or inbox me like after these lives, like, what did you say? What?
Absolutely. I'll go the courses. We have the Shopify challenge. That is one of our biggest challenges. What we do is 5 days of me coaching and teaching. I also bring my other coaches in to teach as well. We literally launch a Shopify store in 5 days. So I don't just tell you about Shopify in 5 days. You put your hands on it. You get your store launched. You have real-time help from coaches that push you all the way through to the end. I also give you all templates and things. In 5 days. It starts on Monday the 24th. So we still got a few more seats left if y'all want to get in on that. But if you do not have a Shopify store, it's an opportunity to get in and just get it done. A lot of times creatives, we putting stuff off just because if we don't think we're the best at something, we don't make any movement. And my thing is, I want you to move the needle every time you do something with me. So we have the Shopify challenge. We have Photoshop classes every single Wednesday. We have a free Photoshop class every single Saturday. Those are some of the courses. Then on top of that, we have physical products. We have ink for the small format sublimation printers. We have ink for the T5270 and 7270. So that allows you to do large formats. Of course, we also have the buddy system I showed you. That allows you to do your all over designs and your all over prints, even with a small press and a small printer. We have the jigs that go inside of the shirts in order to create the wrinkle-free shirt that you want to make when you're doing your all-overs. It eliminates all those little creases and things that you see. Other products that we have are other coaches. I actually coach coaches. So if you're looking to do that, I have a mentorship program, and the coaches actually teach classes inside of the academy. So you can look out for that too.
Wow.
Anything that we're going to meet you where you are, whatever you're doing in life right now, if you're ready to make money doing it, we meet you where you're at.
Unbiased says, what time is the class on Saturday Central Standard Time?
So it's 11 Eastern Standard Time. So I'm thinking that it's 10 Central. So 10. 11 Eastern. Yep.
What's
every
up,
Saturday.
How you doing, man? Get in that room. I'm gonna get in there. Y'all get in there.
Let's go. We got y'all. We got y'all.
So any tips for content? Like, because I just watched a live with you talking about content.
Oh, yeah. So I'm getting more into content. It's not my strong point. So what I'm learning is that something that's not my strong point, anything you procrastinate on or don't like to do, there's a reason. It's not just oh, I'm lazy. It's literally God telling you that that's not your lane or your purpose. So whenever you procrastinate, I want you to look for the who and not the how. So as creators, we always looking for the how, like, well, how can I do it? Let me watch a YouTube video and figure it out. Yes, you can do it. But if you're procrastinating on it, not only will you delay the learning, you're going to delay the execution. So look for the who can help me do that. So I got a content coach, and he actually comes here. His name is Coach Ant. He coaches in my community now too. He brings his camera. He gives me scripts and prompts and things, and we talk it out. Like, I could do live content all day, but when it's time to record like content, like pre-recorded, I turn it not necessarily into a robot, but I'm overthinking it, and I don't get it done, and I don't hit the publish button, right? So, so that coach is helping me, and on Mondays we have him come in and teach us about making content. A lot of times he comes up here and makes content with me, and we get it out. And it's helping the community, and it's helping me.
Yeah, it is. I've been like the lives, and we had to get reinitiated to it. We was doing pre-records for a long time, and then we, swap back to live. So my thing is, when I'm doing the pre-recorded, like you said, I'll be overthinking myself and cut way too much stuff out. So then like I get to the last little meat of the video, and it'd be like a 5-minute video. I'll be like, dang, I did this 30-minute video. I'll get down to 5 minutes.
Right. Exactly. And a lot of times it's just our hesitation, because we all want to be perfectionists, but done is better than perfect, and perfect never gets done. And if we just rely on the fact that, hey, if we look at it at the end of the day, will this help someone? And we can answer yes, push play, push publish, get it out there. If we understood, because that's how we are a lot of times. If we actually put on the cape, then we can do anything, because we know we're doing it for other people. When we think we're doing it for ourselves, then that's where the inhibitions come in and all of that. But hey, if I'm doing it for my tribe, for my people, it's out there. It's up and it's stuck. I don't care if I have makeup on for the day, if I look crazy, if I tripped on film, whatever. Y'all get it all for the day, and you're welcome.
Wow. Yeah, straight gems. Well, I took an hour of your time. We definitely
I appreciate y'all giving me an hour of your time. Thank you. Clap it up for yourselves. You have invested in yourselves today. You have invested your time, your energy, and you've committed to being in the room today. And thank you for that. And congratulate yourselves.
Always. Everybody, you know where to find her at. If not, it's innatelabs.com. Check out Innate Labs Academy. The free classes on Saturday, Central Standard Time. Rachel bias is about 10.
Yeah, it's 10 Central. Yeah.
I'll be butchering folks' names, so if you've been watching this for a long time, you know me. You know how I am. I call myself King Butcher. Without questions, look up.
Wow. Was there a question?
No. I think she's just saying stop questions, look up. Like, or am I reading this wrong?
You getting a little direction here.
Doc
That's
is
good.
fast. Well, y'all, this is the end of the show. Please follow, like, and subscribe once again. And, tap in for them free classes. Thank you for coming on to the show. And we're going to bring you back with Seek with 12 on apparel.
Absolutely. I'm there. Just let me know the time and the day. Oh, no, it's going to be on a Thursday. Just let me know which Thursday. And I'll invite my tribe to join us again. This is fun. This is absolutely lovely. I appreciate it.
Yep. You have a blessed night. And thank you, everybody, for tapping in with us.
Thank you. Bye.